Hello, welcome to Science Day. We are Psi Chi, the Honor Society for Psychology based at CSU Stanislaus. My name is Marissa.
My name is Carrie.
I'm Noemi.
And I'm Isabella.
And today for Science Day, we're going to talk about self-care and coping during a pandemic. So what is stress? Stress is a normal response to situations. It includes both eustress, which is good stress, and distress, which is bad stress. Stress responses vary based on the person, and cortisol is your body's main stress hormone. It is produced by the adrenal gland, which is a triangle-shaped organ at the top of your kidneys, and it helps control your sleep or wake patterns. It can also boost your energy.
So what happens with too much cortisol? Too much cortisol can impact your body's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. It can affect so much. For your body, you can get headaches, muscle tension, chest pain, tiredness, and upset stomach, and even more. For your mood, it can cause anxiety, restlessness, lack of motivation. You can feel overwhelmed, irritable, anger, or even sad. It can also lower your immune system, making it more likely for you to get sick and then have a hard time fighting off the sickness that you have. So now that we know that we're stressed, now what? Being in the middle of a pandemic, it is very stressful for many people. The good news is that we can do things to manage our stress. Each of us can take actions to help not only manage the stress that we are experiencing, but also help lessen our overall stress.
So one thing that we can do to help lower our overall stress is self-care. So self-care is defined as providing adequate attention to our own physical and psychological wellness. And some benefits of self-care, you feel less frustrated, you feel more happy, and you gain the ability to control your stress more. So self-care is both psychological and emotional. So some examples for emotional regulation: if you give attention to things that are in your control, that can help relieve stress. So you can control your emotions, but we know that we can't control the emotions of other people. So setting clear boundaries about your time and energy. So making sure that you will set aside enough time for yourself and the things that make you happy, not just always setting aside time for other people. Recognizing your strengths, so motivating yourself, giving yourself positive self-talk, telling yourself that you're doing a great job, because you're doing the best that you can. And for stress management, deep breathing really helps to regulate your heartbeat, and it can help relieve anxiety if that's something that you feel sometimes. And mindfulness, so journaling sometimes, writing out how you feel can sometimes help you just calm down and help relieve stress for some people. And being aware of what creates your stress. So when do you find out that you're the most stressed? Is it when you have a lot of homework to do, or you have a lot to do in that day, but you feel like you don't have enough time? So recognizing what it is that makes you stressed can also help you a lot.
Today, we're going to do an activity that's going to help us understand what are some things that we can do when we're stressed. And like that we've said earlier, it can be really stressful right now because we're in a pandemic, and that means that you can't go to school and see your friends as much as you want to, and that can be really stressful. So today we're going to talk about care tags, and care tags are things that tell you how to care for your stuff. We can find them in the back of our shirts right here. Maybe you can check it right now, and we can find it on blankets and pretty much anything in your house. And what they do is they tell you how to wash it, they tell you how to dry it, basically tell you what to do so that it doesn't get damaged. So just like our things, we also need to be cared for so that we don't get damaged. So I want you to think about, if you had a care tag, what would it say? What would you tell other people that you need for you to feel cared for and safe and happy? So now we'll go into the directions. So first of all, you're going to need a little piece of paper. I have one right here, but maybe you have a big piece of paper that you need an adult to help you cut out, or you can just use a big piece of paper and that's okay too. And then you're also going to need something to color with. So think in your head, what is something that makes me feel cared for? So an example is maybe you need a hug when you feel sad, or maybe you need space when you feel sad, and that's okay too, because everybody's different and everybody needs different things when they're feeling sad. So now I want you to either write down on your card what that is, what makes you feel cared for, or if you want to draw it, you can draw it as well. And then after you're done with your care tag, I want you to share it with the people in your family or people in your life who care for you. And that's going to help them understand what you need to feel better, because we can't always guess what people need. So it's good when we tell other people what we need in order to feel cared for. So let's go ahead and see what's on Isabella's care tag.
So for me, I feel when I'm really sad, hugs always make me feel a lot better because it usually makes me cry. And then I always feel better afterwards. So usually a hug from my mom or my dad or some of my best friends will always make me feel better. And I always feel a lot less overwhelmed after I get a good hug. And then if I don't need a hug, sometimes I just need a nap. Sometimes I'm really overwhelmed and I just want space. And so sometimes taking a nap helps me just clear my mind and I wake up feeling a lot less stressed out.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, Noemi, what's on your care tag?
So on mine, I also have a nap because it just helps clear my mind and rest a little bit, because sometimes I'm just tired and need some rest. And then I also have a laugh because, laughs help everything. Just get a little laugh in and then I feel a little better.
Awesome. Marissa, what's on your care tag?
So for my care tag, I also have hugs because hugs make me feel comforted and they make me feel like I'm safe. And then also reading books, because when I'm really overwhelmed, I really like to have that little escape for my mind.
Perfect. On my care tag, the first thing that I have is space, because sometimes I need space when I'm feeling sad. I also have snacks because that makes me feel better and it makes me feel like people care about me when they bring me snacks. And then finally, I have snuggles from my dog because I know that always makes me feel a lot less stressed. So now that you've made your care tag, go ahead and share it with the people who love you and help them understand how they can make you feel less stressed in this stressful time. All right. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.